Friend! Oh, new friend! Oh, friend! Please be my friend! Oh, friend!
What's up, Cheap Shot Nation? I am your host Luke, and we're going to be looking back at everything that happened in the second part of the second round of the Mae Young Classic for 2018. This is Tilly, this is my dog. If you like dogs, give us a thumbs up. Also click the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to hear everything that we are posting, and that will give you notifications of every time we post as well. And we're going to now go straight into the matches. There's 4 matches for you on this show, and they are all absolutely spot on, but it seems to be a little bit of a theme with WWE where the third match in the Mae Young Classic every week gets less time, so the fourth match can get more time, which is not a bad thing. But this time the third match was actually good, even though it was incredibly short again. But here are my thoughts as we go through each match individually, and we'll also do a rundown of the quarterfinals as well. Your first match of the evening of the 10th of October for 2018, the second part of the second round of the Mae Young Classic, is Zeusis versus Io Shirai from Japan. Zeusis is from Puerto Rico, a luchador type wrestler who also wrestles strong style as well, so very interesting matchup in this one. Starts with a lockup. Incidentally, it was revealed that Io Shirai does have an NXT contract as well, which makes me very excited. Incredibly good wrestler, and obviously going forward someone to look forward to. But yeah, lockups both lead to stalemates. There's 2 of those. The pace picks up with Io drop kicking Zeusis to the outside. Zeusis is on the outside. Io tries a springboard and gets clocked with a forearm from the outside to the inside. So Zeusis is in the ring at this point. Zeusis is on top. Io lands hard on the outside. Zeusis gets the upper hand early on in the match. Io beats the 10 count, gets back in the ring, and Zeusis carries on the punishment. Io incidentally landed on her left arm, and that will become prevalent during this match as well. Continues the punishment. Io eventually starts building some momentum, coming back with 2 lots of double knees into the corner, the move that pretty much finished off Zia Brookside, before trying a Asai moonsault and missing. She also goes for a suicide dive in between those 2 moves as well to the outside. Zeusis hangs on to the bottom rope and rolls outside. Io then tries to hit the suicide dive and does successfully do that. Io follows up with a submission, and that is countered into a sort of Michinoku driver type move by Zeusis. Again, very, very good match. 2 contrasting but very similar styles in this match between Zeusis and Io Shirai. So she then tries a moonsault of her own. That misses. Io hits a basement drop kick and goes up to the top herself to try an Asai moonsault again, and it's countered with a Spanish fly attempt, and the Spanish fly off the top rope it's like a jumping sort of rock bottom with a flip. If you've never seen one of those before, it's a beautiful move. That is countered again by Io Shirai, and then into a Hurricane Runner. She then hits a low drop kick again and kicks her to the back of the head before trying the Asai moonsault again and hitting it this time successfully for the win. 1, 2, 3. Your winner is Io Shirai in the first match of the second part of the second round of the Mae Young Classic. A great match to kick off the show. Both ladies, very impressive. Obviously, I'm very excited, as I've mentioned, about Io Shirai having that NXT contract as well. So we're looking going forward at having quite a mix of races and different styles in the NXT division, in the women's division, and that is really exciting. That is a good thing for NXT, and yeah, really excited about that one. But your winner is Io Shirai. Your second match of the evening featured Deonna Purrazzo from the USA, and she was going against Xia Li from China. Very contrasting styles in this match, and that led to a really good match, which we'll get to, and we'll go to the rundown of it. The match starts with some early technical wrestling, which is good. You don't always have to start with a lock-up. You can go straight for the tech. Lots of reversals and things like that. A few mind games being played by Deonna Purrazzo with Xia Li. Xia Li then gets caught up in that, and she gets leg dropped by Purrazzo, face first into the mat, and goes for an early armbar attempt. Fujiwara armbar, of course, is Deonna Purrazzo's finishing move, and she executes it very, very well. Xia Li manages to get out and starts hitting the kicks. Drops an elbow, gets the first near fall of the match. Of course, a bit too early for that to happen just yet, so we're going to carry on. Continues showing off her martial arts expertise. Purrazzo showing off her gymnastics expertise as well. Now working the left arm for the armbar attempt for the second time. Purrazzo is definitely on top and focuses all of her attention on the injured left arm, which she worked on earlier in the match. She goes for the armbar. She locks it in the centre of the ring. Everyone is expecting Xia Li to tap out, but Xia Li counters it into a near fall. Purrazzo is in shock at this point by this and goes for her own near fall, as Xia Li is still trying to shake off the effects of the Fujiwara armbar. Xia Li then hits a short arm drop kick kind of thing, which looks pretty cool, to gain the advantage, but both ladies are down in the middle of the ring at this point, but it also gives Xia Li a bit of time to breathe. Both ladies start recovering. There's chops. I've put down here Chop City. Love you, Grilla. Miss you on commentary. Chop City by both ladies. Chop after chop. Lots of forearms as well. Xia Li comes out on top. Tries the flip enziguri. Don't even know what I've written down there. Gets the enziguri. Purrazzo counters Li from the second rope after hitting the enziguri into the Fujiwara armbar and sinks it in. Xia Li has no chance of getting out. It's sunk in the middle of the ring. Brings her other arm into play as well, the right arm. Gets her in sort of like a scissor type move, and Xia Li has no choice but to tap out. And your winner by submission is Deonna Purrazzo. Going on to the quarterfinals, rather. This is the second round. Going on to the quarterfinals of the Mae Young Classic for 2018. And so, yeah, again, another fantastic match. Definitely suggested that you watch this if you haven't seen it before. If you haven't seen any of the Mae Young Classic, watch it all the way through, because it just keeps getting better and better and better every single week. And it's just well worth a watch. If you're looking for something to watch on the network, go and type in Mae Young Classic and watch this tournament. It has been absolutely fantastic. Got to say, the best ladies have always won. Some more deserving than others, and putting on a better show. But every single lady in this tournament deserves massive respect for putting on the best show they have been allowed to do, and it is really showcasing women's wrestling in the world, the whole world. There's women from every single nationality you can possibly think of, every single corner of the world, and it's just been absolutely fantastic. The third match of the evening featured Nicole Matthews from Canada, takes a lot of inspiration from Chris Jericho. You can see that in her hard-hitting style, versus Tegan Knox from Wales, although she is billed from the United Kingdom in this one, which is still the United Kingdom, but say that she's from Wales. If you can say that Zia Brookside is from England, you can say that Tegan Knox is from Wales. I'm sure she's very proud of being from Wales as well. So yeah, it's Tegan Knox versus Nicole Matthews. Nicole gets the upper hand by being a complete heel at the start of the match, pointing down to Tegan Knox's knee brace. Tegan Knox goes down to look at it, and Nicole Matthews clocks her. So she's got the upper hand straight away. Knox then comes back into it, sends Nicole Matthews to the outside of the ring, attempts the suicide dive, is met with a forearm and elbow from Nicole Matthews, and she then gets the upper hand. She's in control for most of this match and beats down Tegan Knox for the duration of the match, with Tegan Knox not being able to get much in the way of offense in during the match. Near fall after a Northern Lights suplex from Nicole Matthews. Comeback by Knox, hits the cannonball in the corner, and then hits the shiniest wizard, making very much use of the knee brace which Tegan wears around her knee after having her knee surgically repaired, and gets the win. That's the short match for the night, but it was actually really good. It told a decent story, even though it was quick. It still told a very good story during the match. You've got Nicole Matthews, who is very technical and also quite strong, versus Tegan Knox, who is a bit more sort of jumpy and a bit more of a high flyer in terms of her wrestling style. And those two styles mattered together really well. Nicole Matthews showed what she could do, showed her strength, and Tegan Knox showed that she could come back as the underdog and take the victory. 1, 2, 3, your winner is Tegan Knox. She is going on to the quarterfinals. Again, short match, but I enjoyed this match more than the other shorter matches that I've mentioned in previous weeks. Like I say, it told a decent story, it was a good match, and the best lady won, moving on to the quarterfinals. She's going to be going against Rhea Ripley from Australia in the quarterfinals. And again, we're going to do a full rundown of the quarterfinal matches at the end of the video, but we're going into the night's main event now, and it's a doozy of a match. And your final match of the evening, and also the final match of the second round of the Mae Young Classic for 2018, features Mia Yim, who is from the USA but is representing her home country of South Korea, versus Caitlyn, former Divas champion from the USA. Again, both ladies come in with a lot of hype. Mia Yim has improved year on year every time I've seen her. She's definitely improved from last year. Caitlyn is labelled herself the comeback queen in this tournament as well. She's been gone for a couple of years. She's conquered her demons, whatever problems she had, and she's come back to compete in this tournament, and that is cool. I like Caitlyn. She's a good wrestler, and I thought she was out of place in the Divas division, but definitely somewhere. She definitely has somewhere in the women's division, whether it's NXT, Raw or SmackDown. She would fit in any of those women's divisions in WWE. And so would Mia Yim, saying that. Both of these ladies are very, very impressive. So, like other matches, the match starts with a lock-up, and Yim gets the chop in on Caitlyn, and Caitlyn then comes back, she hits the ropes, comes back, hits a basement drop kick on Mia Yim. She then hits a cannonball in the corner, a different move to her arsenal from what she used to do. Gets to near fall, gets a waist lock with her legs, like a scissor lock on Mia Yim. She's in that hold for a good minute or so, but eventually breaks out by throwing an elbow. Couple of near falls during that move as well, with Caitlyn rolling over and Mia Yim rolling onto her shoulders. Caitlin then misses a baseball slide to the outside. Mia Yim's rolled to the outside, trying to get a breather. She misses a baseball slide. Mia Yim counters that and hits Caitlin's left leg onto the side of the ring. And as we all know, that is the hardest part of the ring as they set it up. Mia Yim is now smelling blood. She's like a shark in the water, smelling blood. She is going to work on Caitlin's left leg. Of course, a lot of Caitlin's strength comes from her leg as well. Her legs, rather, not just the one, but both of them. And it was definitely a good plan to work on those legs. So Mia Yim then gets Caitlin into sort of like an Indian deathlock without rolling over and doing it properly. It's like a sort of standing figure four type thing, and gets a bit too cocky at this point. She releases the move after Caitlin does not tap out and slaps Caitlin. She then goes for a straight punch to the mat with her hand that she missed the chop onto the post with last week. It's heavily wrapped. It's a target for Caitlin, and she knows this. She goes for the straight punch to Caitlin. Caitlin moves out of the way, and Mia Yim hits the mat. At this point, Caitlin gets back in it. She gets her own submission move on Mia Yim, pulling the arm back, separating the fingers, bending the wrist, putting every amount of pressure on that she could possibly do to make Mia Yim tap. Also of note, she had her knee on her chest as well, so separating the two limbs as far as she could to try and get that tap out, try and get that submission, which is something we've never seen from Caitlin before. Again, adding to her arsenal of moves, which is really good. Caitlin then hits 2 body slams on Mia Yim and a third sort of sidewalk slam, spinning sidewalk slam on Mia Yim. Tries the near fall. Mia Yim then kicks out. Yim then hits the soul food on Caitlin, and I'm going to say this, out of nowhere, and gets another near fall. Caitlin kicks out. Caitlin then hits the spear. Mia Yim kicks out. Caitlin can't believe this. This is how she won last time in the first round. That's how she won. That's how she's won a lot of her matches, and I think including the Divas Championship that was. Yim then hooks in the knee bar on Caitlin, obviously having mentioned the fact that Mia Yim has worked on Caitlin's legs. And it takes a good minute before Caitlin taps out to the knee bar. And Mia Yim is your winner by submission. Yet again, another fantastic match. 4 great matches on show this week. Really enjoyed this one. 2 ring veterans. Again, the better lady won, I thought. Would love to see Caitlin back in the WWE. Don't know where that's going, but obviously Mia Yim is already in NXT, making sporadic appearances throughout the year since last year. Definitely has improved since last year, and I can't wait to see her in NXT again. Of note as well, she shares a room with Shayna Baszler and trains with the 4 Horsewomen, which does suggest that she's getting better with her submissions. She's studying from the right people in that sense, and yeah, she's looking good. And if you train with the 4 Horsewomen, you're going to be pretty badass, to be honest. And yeah, really good match. Mia Yim wins. She's going on to the quarterfinals. And that is everything from this week's show in the Mae Young Classic. Took place on the 10th of October 2018, and yeah, really good show this week. 4 great matches and setting up 4 great matches for next week's quarterfinals as well. I'm going to run down the quarterfinals now. It is going to be Maiko Satomura versus Lacey Lane in a match in the quarterfinals. Toni Storm is going to go against Mia Yim in a quarterfinal match. Again, it's going to be really good, that one. Tegan Nox is going against Rhea Ripley. A new attitude from Rhea Ripley, already done better than she did in last year's tournament. And Io Shirai versus Diana Perozo Again, another fantastic match. The final 8 women in the Mae Young Classic. It's going to be fantastic next week, and you know, you've got 4 great matches happening all at once inside that ring within the space of an hour. No filler or anything like that, and it's just going to be brilliant. Once again, we thank you for watching the video, and if you like the video and you like what we do, please hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell to know when we upload videos. Leave a comment down below as well. Also, you can follow us on Twitter, on Facebook and Instagram at Cheap Shot Entertainment. I have been your host, Luke, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.